So the difference here is both our first and second seed, they lost in the best of three. And they both got swept in those best of threes. 2 games and done. Both teams maybe ran away. Their opponents ran away in that second game. But usually when you get to these longer sets, as you might imagine, it tends to favor some of the better players. So assuming we see those guys back in the losers final, or maybe even the grand final, we'll get to see maybe some more competitive matches. We'll see certain things get a little bit more interesting as teams get an opportunity to figure each other out. But starting into this game, 0-0, and Stewie leads us off for MSUM, continuing just the momentum that they had after that last match. This game, let me remind you all again, is Monkey Go Monkey, who upset our top seed, Park the Bus, in game 1, or match 1 that we saw on stream. MSUM we just saw a second ago. And if you're a betting man, MSUM is already up.
Yep.
I have to assume that if they've got any fans in the chat, they're having a good time at this point.
Probably in a pretty good rhythm, right? You know?
As we move along, we enter the second minute of this game 1. Stewie with a big challenge over midfield. Trash picks it up and throws.
Literally picking it up.
Like, that is from so far out. He catches it and throws it through. Like, he didn't just set up the 3. He jumped from half court to set that up and take it. Like, that man has some accuracy once he gets up there. So, it's nice to see them just showing off a little bit now. Like, that first game that they played, MSUM, looked like they were struggling a little bit.
Feeling themselves a little bit at this point.
Yeah. But they already had to play another team going into it. Maybe they weren't feeling themselves that first match. Maybe they
might
just
have had
take
to
that
shake
long
off the
to
cobwebs. Yeah, you know, wake up, that type of thing.
Yeah. You just get back with your pizza, you sit down, you start playing Rocket League, you're not...
You're afraid of getting your mouse and keyboard greasy, that type of thing, because you're like, maybe I can sneak a slice in, but then you don't have any napkins.
And then you're sitting there on stream where everybody can hear you, and suddenly, excuse me, does this sound a little too cathartic?
And then all of a sudden you're down 2 goals under 3 minutes left.
Oh, that's got to be a little bit scary if you're playing on this Monkey Go Monkey team. You know MSUM, they were just on stream. You were waiting on this match. You had to see it coming. You saw they were capable, and maybe that's what it is. Maybe MSUM is just coming off of that last game. We were pretty immediate to get into this one.
Very true.
So maybe they were just a little, maybe they're just hot. Maybe they're just hot at the moment. Like I said, best of 5s will tend to favor better teams, just because they get an opportunity to feel each other out.
Once again, thanks to Cherry SSBU, who is also our commentator and moderator for Smash Brothers, for throwing up another poll, guys. Prediction is up there. You guys can predict who you have winning coming out of that, as Monkey Go Monkey scoring their first goal in the game.
Oh, that is nice. It wasn't a long drought, but it was a drought, and now they have a goal. And getting that first one could sometimes be the hardest obstacle in the game. Two things that are the hardest things to do in Rocket League: score the first goal and hit an open net.
Yeah. It seems
to be
so
the
easy.
right?
Yeah, it seems so easy. But then Trash spacing them back out by 2 goals again.
I mean, I'm starting to get tired of seeing his name because it seems so antithetical to the way that he's playing. That you come up, you just turn on the stream suddenly, and you see a really nice goal, and you see Trash scored. And I'm like, that person isn't Trash. Obviously, they're scoring.
They're actually pretty decent. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, that's what we're out here to do. We're out here to build self-esteem. And Trash, you're going to walk away with some of it.
Well, right now, he might have a little bit more self-esteem. Prediction-wise, they are winning 100% with 523 channel points dedicated to them winning this.
Oh, I'm very interested to know what your audience is with these wild back and forth predictions. Maybe
they seem so confident, don't they? They seem like, well, yeah, I know exactly who's gonna win.
Oh my gosh. They've got the same confidence of strolling up to your first tournament and not recognizing you're playing a top seed in round 1. Like, you don't know who's on the other side of the screen, but
You just know you're
capable.
the best at your house, right?
Oh, that very quick real world realization when being the best among your friends does not mean being the best on the event floor.
Not at all.
Oh, but Trash, he's got another. Just like, you've got to give some to share. You got to spread out the love a little bit. Like, this just seems a little selfish at this point.
Pro Door Camper looking to see if they can get something started here. Not on that one.
Yeah, and you see immediately Orange Team gets possession and they're right back down the field. It's very back and forth. It's not exactly ping pong.
Oh, and that one just off the top bar right there.
That's where it is. Finally, Trash has decided to miss something. Oh, 0.5 shooting percentage. Trash is put up 8 shots in the first 4 minutes of this game, and hit half of them.
Wow.
So I think we have a rough idea of who's going to get away with this game. But going through the rest of the match, I just have to think that Monkey Go Monkey has to keep their eye on Trash the whole of the game. And as soon as I start to talking up Trash, as soon as I sing his praises, Stewie comes through, takes it to the left, takes it to the right, weaving and bobbing, and
he was like, we have to win by 5 goals, or else we didn't win. It doesn't count.
Oh, so that's where that last match ended, right? They just started putting up goal after goal, and they needed that for themselves to feel good.
J Blue Sword saying what they do is they test the water out to see what they're really going against. After that, they just go full Super Saiyan.
Oh man, I wonder if we could just get a nice little mod in the game, or throw up a nice little message on stream after every first game for MSUM. And it's just that beautiful white text on a black screen that says, and this is to go even further beyond.
And this right to go even further beyond, yeah. Oh, no, really good game right there by MSUM. Thanks once again to those guys. We've got a match happening off stream really quickly if you guys get a chance to. Shout outs to Demonic, who I guess cut it off for the rest of the night, which is okay. Because we'll be covering the rest of we'll be having the rest of the coverage here. Hop in to spectate and get us underway.
Now, woo, excuse me, there went my voice. They've taken my breath away. That's what's happened. MSU is not only stunning everyone on the field, everyone in Twitch chat, they're stunning me. Wow. And Trash is finding another goal. I don't know where he keeps finding them. We turned down his allowance. We took away everything he had, and like he's just gone into the backyard and dug up another goal.
Another, yeah. I was gonna say, literally said, let me see if I can do this in under 10 seconds.
Oh man, that's what it is. They're having so much fun at the moment. They're playing so well that
not
the teams. Yeah, the teams aren't challenging them. It's themselves.
Chatty right there. This one, there we go.
There we go.
Comes right off the left bar.
Oh my gosh.
We're knotted up at 1-1 apiece. And you know, I've seen this happen a couple of times in the collegiate space. We've hosted some collegiate Rocket League tournaments. And that game 1 went horrible for one team. And then that game 2 a bit more competitive. And then the team that lost actually comes out on top with a tie-up. Then we head to round number 3, or game number 3 rather. So curious to see if we're going to get something similar to that today. If Chatty and them were like, hey, okay, we started off with dial-up. Now we've got some broadband internet. Maybe the download is getting there, and once we finished it, you know, we'll be fully equipped, ready to go.
Yeah, they're just streaming something on the other monitor.
Yeah, that's what it is.
That's what's going on. Or maybe they're really leaning into that Super Saiyan analogy, and it's just the harder you beat us down, the worse we're gonna come,
the better
the stronger we're
yeah.
gonna come back. Right? Oh.
Well, right there, they had a couple attempts on the goal right there. And the demo we got there, Pro Door Camper saying enough is enough.
I think what you just pointed out, getting a couple attempts, getting up there, staying on the orange side of the field, and continually pressuring the opposing team, getting multiple shots, shot after shot, even if they're not the best.
Yeah.
Trying something. I think that might be what Monkey Go Monkey has to work towards, because this big back and forth play, just running it down the field back and forth, it's like they're doing suicides on the basketball court. And I think MSUM has shown they've got the endurance to play it back and forth constantly.
That one's going to go across the face of the net.
Chatty now taking it across the midfield, starting up a big dribble, keeping it away from both orange players, tries to find a bump. Now it's an orange possession. Back and forth. Stewie is out there. Oh, he's hunting. He's figured out exactly what he wants to do. Is that Trash is going to take it up the side wall, and Stewie's just going to go look through, and he's going to play fullback.
And I've got to imagine at some point, hanging backwards on that one, Stewie.
Oh, just leaning back, jumps up and just barely grabs that one. Oh. Back at midfield. Back up, Stewie almost does it himself. Trash gonna come through, does not find the double touch. We're gonna
see a counter here. No, Stewie sending it right back. I thought we were gonna get it to go back the other way.
Oh man, looks like Monkey is just struggling to get the ball out of their end at this point. Like, we've seen that MSUM can play the back and forth game.
Stewie coming so close on those.
Ugh. And every time they're near the goal, they're gonna throw up something that has a chance of going in. So if you're Monkey, you know they can play the back and forth game, but now they're pressuring you as well. They're keeping it in your end. They've suddenly stood up and decided to play defensive. So they've got to find a breakthrough someplace. I don't know where. I'm not on the field. I don't have to worry about it. But if you want to advance in this tournament, you're going to have to figure out how to break this team's defense as well.
Yeah, Stewie with another great save right there. Chatty did a really great job dribbling, then aiming up a shot right there. Stewie, once again, like a brick wall out there.
Oh, it's up. Oh, there it is.
Not that time. Poor Pro Door Camper right there. Coming up with the decisive score right there. There we are, 2-1, $1.27 left to go in the game.
This is instrumental for Monkey. For Monkey Go Monkey. This is the first time they've had a lead in this series. Maybe it's only been 2 games, but that first game was so decisive. There was no challenging what happened in that game.
Very true.
So them having a lead right now after what was maybe embarrassing is got to do something great for them.
That only enticed Stewie to get even. That only enticed Stewie to get even.
Oh, there it is. Right back on it. MSU, the moment they go down, they can't stand it. They know something's wrong. They get serious and they put a ball right back into the net. We are entering this final minute though. Oh, that's a scary one to leave over. Chatty almost able to dunk his way through, but Stewie coming through to save Trash on a very awkward defensive touch. But now, Orange team back on offense. Playing around. Trash just keeps staying in front of that net. Every time he's got the ball, Stewie's just waiting outside of that box. Just stalking for that opportunity to come through.
Like Jaws almost.
And you know, we said it a bit earlier. Stewie really is very patient in some of those moments. He'll stay back, make sure to not double commit when Trash is up doing whatever he's doing with the ball half the time. Stewie's sitting there right on the edge of the cage, waiting for anything to leak through to find his moment. But 9 seconds on the board, Chatty throwing one up. Trash able to clear it out. A goal at 0 seconds would be devastating for either team here. But we are going to go into overtime. And this is our 3rd overtime. We've had one each match, haven't we?
Yep.
Wonderful to see. Oh, a big kickoff. Stewie and Trash were both back there. Chatty could have had a goal. He had a bit of an open net. It would have been a race back for the orange team. But still that opportunity was there. I don't.
Just got a reported match. It looks like Park the Bus took a 2-0 victory over Flip Flop, and Eggman RC took a 2-0 victory over LSZ, and they are facing off right now in losers semifinals.
Okay. So either way, one of those first or second seeds are going to get revenge, but it looks like Monkey is not ready for to let either of those teams go play MSUM. They're
Not
the
at
ones who
all.
want to be in the winter fight.
No, so it looks like Monkey Go Monkey tying up the set series right now at 1-1 apiece there. And I gotta say, I had a feeling that there was going to be an adjustment being made by these guys, and when it kind of came around, it looked like they were more ready to meet the challenge. Now, granted, there were a few times here where I thought Trash definitely was going to have the upper hand, and there were a few goals that really could have gone in for them. A couple goals, you kind of imagine a goal here, a goal there, and we're looking at a completely different match. But no, it really looks like on this go-round, Monkey Go Monkey kind of stepping it up on the defensive half, and then Chatty doing a really great job at finding the goal when he really needed to.
I think the contrast between that first game and that second game is kind of a little bit between a sprint and a marathon. That first one, you watched teams get possession, run it downfield, make their attempt, and then immediately turn back around and then have to go and play defense. I think we saw a lot more consistent pressure from both teams. Both teams maybe shored themselves up a little bit, got a little bit more defensive, but definitely what I think we saw most of was keeping the ball on the same side of the field for a little bit.
Yeah.
Speaking of which, orange team now moving back into the blue zone. Stewie still out there, stalking, waiting. We've seen a lot of Trash. The moment that he gets the ball, he loves those dribbles. He loves taking it up to the sidewall. He loves air dribbles. He loves getting in the mess of it at the opposing end. And Stewie has just been patient from the last match to this one. And he takes his time, and he knows when he goes in for a shot that it's going to be an opportunity. He's not going to throw himself at anything that is less than a scoring opportunity.
Right.
There he is. One-on-one, door camper. Doesn't keep control of it. Could have been a good dribble opportunity if he was able to keep himself on it.
Trash doing a good job right there, keeping it back on the blue side.
That midfield defense, so important for MSUM. They were able to keep consistent pressure. We saw the ball probably on the blue end of the field more than we've seen it anywhere.
Yeah.
And I guess at this point, Monkey Go Monkey is getting a little bit comfortable with that. They're not afraid to play defense because they ran out that last game in overtime.
Very true, and I mean, we're seeing it kind of come to life right now. This is a quicker game in comparison. We're at the 3-minute mark already, and we've got no scores on either side.
It would be crazy if we started game one off with almost a Brazil, and we go into this one and it ends up a 1-goal game.
Well,
and if it does end up a 1-goal game, Trash is going to be the one as the MVP.
If you look up in the Witch's spellbook, commentator's curse is right there around the first chapter, man. I gotta tell you.
Oh, my bad.
It only took
My bad,
it
Monkey.
literally took me 9 seconds to curse these guys and then do it again. It only took me 4 seconds that time to curse these guys and decide to say, hey man, it's not going to be a defensive battle anymore.
I'm proud of you, though. Beat a record pretty immediately. Like, you're out here growing, able to put out those
Yes.
moment by moment.
Well, a very different match to talk about now. MSUM up 2-0 with 2.5 minutes left to go. And Monkey Go Monkey now not just playing defense, they got to find a way to put stones in the back of the net.
Oh my gosh, Chatty almost had the personal play of the series there. Took up what was an air dribble, dropped and was able to catch it, and then almost found the bump, but unfortunately he did not. And that's heartbreaking. You get one of your best opportunities and it kind of falls flat on its face, and you're entering the back half of this game against this team you know who can score, and then you find one yourself. am picking up the caster's curse.
Chatty like you, man. He's been starving to get a dribble goal in himself, man. He's been starving for it. Finally found it. I'm happy on that.
He's been waiting this whole match just to find that one dribble goal. And he finds it in this game 3. Moving into minute number 3. Ball high on the blue side. Trash up to contest. That's a long shot. Is that one on?
Oh,
no, it's
so
post.
close.
Oh, but this is a 1v1. Camper throws it right at him. He's got the whole net to work with. And he picks the one spot where Stewie.
Yeah, he went bottom shelf for no reason.
Ugh. Maybe it's a bit of that open net fear. You think you've got such an opportunity that you don't want to waste it, and then you're shaking, just trying to cross the finish line.
Chatty's attempt right there broken up by Trash.
Oh, there it is. A good clear from Camper. Gets it out to midfield. The question is whether or not he can keep it and he can play by Trash. It's a bit of a race on the opposite side. Stewie makes it back in front of net. I would have expected Chatty there, but maybe he's still in a bit of that defensive mindset. Maybe he doesn't want to get too committed because he fears what might happen.
I was just getting ready to say, I feel like that's part of what's probably going into his thought process right now as we cross the 1 minute mark.
Oh, that's just going to reinforce it. Untrusting of his teammate, worried about getting up on offense. A bit of a poor challenge leads him at midfield, and his teammate's not able to recover and get the ball. That's just going to weigh in his mind the rest of this match. I think he's in a bit of that carry mentality. I think he sees that both these players, Stewie and Trash, are competitors, that they're out here. And whether it's nerves, maybe it's a skill disparity, Camper is maybe falling a little bit behind, and so Chatty's thinking that he has to make up that difference.
30 seconds left. Jay Blue Sword saying, thank you so much. I'm all right on my points. I'm not worried about losing my my prediction points on this. Now, mind you, this is a best 3 out of 5, and there we go. Trash really just trying to cement it right there.
I think we can maybe mark this one.
I think it might be time for us to stick a fork in it.
So thinking about this, we've had a very slow defensive game 2. That was the last time Monkey Go Monkey won. MSUM, they kind of balled out in game 1.
Yeah, very much.
Kind of had a real fun time.
They got
at
to
summer
play
camp.
their style, yeah.
There was no challenging them on that. In game 3, it looks a lot like they it was very close for so long in this game. And they started inching towards that halfway mark. Chatty found the goal that he needed to try and bring their team spirits up and get moving back in, but it doesn't look like it was enough to surmount this MSUM offense.
Gotta show some love to Jay Blue Sword. MSUM equals Minnesota State University of Moorhead. Thank you so much for the information. We've been sitting here uncalling their name horrible for the whole time. So what's nice is we actually had two college teams participate. Minnesota and DePaul actually came through today, so pretty cool to have both of those guys representing. We've had a nice mix of just about everything. We've had collegiate teams, we've had free agent teams, we've had MLE teams coming and playing. So I just want to give thanks to everybody who came and participated, as we're still in winners finals, man. Really having a lot of fun watching this. I will jump back into full game mode.
Now I wonder how Monkey expects to respond here. Like we said, they had that very defensive, very slow game 2. Game 1 was out of their hands before they even saw it.
Yeah.
And game 3, they kept up, but things got away at the end, and maybe we saw a little bit of that game 1 again, where they realize they're that far behind and they have to stretch and try and make up the distance.
True. And Pro Door Camper right there kind of doing his Dennis Rodman thing, saying, hey, I know my job is to demolition people on this. I don't know about scoring goals, but defense and demos is my thing.
Yeah, we saw the end of that last game. Their scoreboard came up, and even though Chatty had the goal, Dorkamper was sitting up there on points. So he had 4 saves sitting in the net and able to swat down any attempts that came his way. But unfortunately, I think on some of the other opportunities, they just got a little bit of ahead of him. Like Trash, right there. Shows that even if Dorkamper is camping the net, he still belongs to Trash.
Good job right there with the juggle, hitting that one in.
Beautiful little air dribble. And I think that's been a little bit of Trash's staple, is getting in the air and just putting the ball in his pocket and seeing how far he can get until somebody comes and takes it from him. And Stewie finds one for himself. He's not been as flashy, but he's been just as consistent. Minnesota State University of Moorhead going ahead in this game 4. They're up 2-1 in the set. It is a best of 5, meaning the first team to reach 3 game wins out of this match will be declared the match winner. Currently, MSUM sitting on match point, and they're ahead by 2, and that is the scariest position for Monkey. They know they can't play well from behind. They play very slow. Maybe we see them pick it up and try something totally different at these last 3 minutes, or what could be the last 3 minutes for them. But if the status quo stays the status quo, it seems MSUM have a pretty slow ride to the grand finals.
Yep.
Although contested airspace, Stewie getting up and playing some D off the ground. Oh, Chatty gets a beautiful catch, takes it right back around and puts it right in that orange net. Oh, that is so good. Just the way he catches that and takes it back in. It's so hard. It's so hard for that to not get away from you.
Yeah, no, and I was just getting ready to say, you also have to be worried about who's right behind you or not. All of that probably goes through your head.
Yeah, especially when you're sitting at midfield, the ball way above you, nearly at the ceiling, and both of the MSUM players are in the air. I think just Trash in the air is enough to scare you if you're playing across from them. But with both of them up there, there's got to be some worry that if that ball gets ahead of you, it's going to be a goal. So maybe we're seeing some courage, or some worry that if they don't just try something wild or try something a little risky, they're not going to be able to score. And Trash, well, second verse, same as the first.
Yeah.
Trash has found another goal.
And apparently, I'm getting word from the chat once again that these guys are brothers, actually.
Oh.
I mean, the story gets better and better.
I don't know.
I feel like, we're trying to write a movie script. We're like, we're from the small school, Minnesota State University at Moorhead. They're coming through on top today. And these two brothers, as Chatty breaks up the storybook novel narration right there.
Chatty can be our antagonist for this one.
Right, exactly.
At least for this match. He's the big bad to deal with.
Pulls them back within one.
I would love to see, in what could be their final minutes, Dorkamper get up and get some excellent goals. He's been very reserved, or they've been very reserved, the majority of this time, which I guess you could say about their team in general. But Dorkamper hasn't had his moment in the sun, it feels. Chatty's had some excellent dribble goals. Trash has been in every replay.
Very true, and I think to some degree what we're starting to kind of see is that might be the difference maker where, Chatty has been the one aggressively trying to score, and maybe they may need both of those guys going after it a little bit more on the goal scoring side.
Get together and maybe Wonder Twins, by our powers combined, find something in the comic book that's going to give them this team's kryptonite. But it doesn't look too hopeful at the moment.
No, Stewie right now taking that rebound right there, that lollipop, and forcing it in right there. Chatty trying to make a really valiant attempt on trying to stop that.
I think by the end of this tournament, Trash, specifically in his personal Heisman position, with the ball on top of his car's hood, as he spirals his way down the field midair, might get more airtime than you do.
No, I wouldn't be surprised at all, because once again, the narrative just keeps coming. Jay Bluesword tells us, Trash used to play for a college football team, but decided to do Rocket League instead and start up a team with his brother. I mean, this is just the script that's writing itself. Then Jay Bluesword goes on to let us know they've been working on trying to get a facility for their college, and these guys are just representing and proving the worth of an esports facility at Minnesota State University Moorhead.
Yeah, and maybe, well, real quick, maybe we shouldn't skip over that Stewie got a goal while we were
trying to read the story.
While we were lost in the storybook, Stewie was just silently just like putting away goals, padding the stat book, coming out here, just then getting a big challenge out of the corner, doing a lot of the work, so Trash can come through and get an easy goal on the goal line. But maybe for them, the tournament win means more than the prizing that comes at the end of it. Well, I mean, if you're college students, I know that the money's gonna make a big difference either way.
Yeah, that's probably pretty helpful. That's a good motivator.
But in the context of the story, in their anime arc, what's important to them is getting those tournament wins, so that way they can put it on their record book and say to sponsors or whoever else out there that they need to get the approval of to try and get maybe some more support for their university team.
Very true.
Having that record might mean a little bit more. Or so, maybe $200 worth of MSUM gift cards means a little bit more. We don't know. But either way,
school supplies.